Hi, and welcome to another episode of Learn Mac Tonight. I'm your host, Vic Sinise, and today we're going to learn how to use the App Store. The App Store is Apple's way of selling software, and it's a real easy way to get software onto your Mac. It's easy to buy, it's easy to install, because pretty much the App Store does everything for you. Now, the App Store should be found on your taskbar, and it looks like this. And of course, in order to use the App Store, you have to have either Snow Leopard or Lion installed on your computer. It'll work the same way. It doesn't matter which operating system you have, but you have to have either one of those. What you do is you go to the App Store and we just click on that, and it's going to open up the App Store. So here we are in the App Store, and the first part we're looking at is the featured. And this just gives you a few suggestions by Apple of some of the more popular things that have been selling. And there's all different ways to kind of view the App Store. One of the areas we can look at is under top paid apps. It shows what those are. That gives you kind of the top 10. And if you want to see more, you can go click here to see all, and it'll give you even more. We have things like Angry Birds showing up and all sorts of popular programs. I'm going to go back to featured. We go down a little bit further. There's also a free section. Kind of shows you again which ones are available. They're free, and again, some of these free programs are actually pretty good. There's one I'm going to talk about in my next episode that I really like, but I'm going to show you just a simple how to install. And so here are some of our free ones. And hey, here's a game I used to play, Fantastic Four in a Row, and it's free. So you can click on the game and they'll give you a little description of what it is. It's that classic checker theme where you drop a checker and try to get 4 in a row. It gives you some screenshots. You can look at those. Let me see how they change so you can kind of see how the game looks. And what's kind of neat here is customers that have got this already give you a little bit of a rating system on it. You can kind of look here, this customer said, hey, awesome, 5 stars. And they give a little description of what they like about it. I like to read through, especially if I'm going to be paying money for something, just to kind of see, do people really like it? Is it worth downloading? Or maybe some of the, applications that are there, they're not really they sound fantastic when you read about them, but they don't really play out that well. But anyway, so now we're going to go ahead and buy this app. And you see there's a button right here that says free, and if there was a price for this, it would tell you the price. But we're going to click on that. That's free, and now it says we can install the app. So we click on that again, and the first thing it's going to do is it's going to ask you for your Apple ID and your password. Now I'm going to take care of putting mine in here, and then we'll come back. If you put your Apple ID in there and signed in, it will go ahead and grab that program for you, and it's going to go into our Launchpad area. And we can see right here it's showing that it's downloading. And what's nice is the program's going to download, it's going to install, and all we have to do is once it's ready, click on it, and we start playing our application or using our application. Now it's installing, and that quick it's ready to roll. And now you see it went from black and white to color, so it's ready to use. And obviously there's a full version, which is what they want you to get. But right away, we're ready to play. Who goes first? You. Continue. Well, I'm not going to bore you with the game, but I'm going to go play that after I'm done. Let me just get out of that. There's this section up here called Updates. And what's nice is once you've gotten something on the App Store, you no longer have to worry about looking into updating it. It's automatically going to appear in this section here. Now all my apps are up to date right now, but when this one, if the designer decides that he wants a little update or correction, or like when things went to Lion, there's a whole bunch of things that updated, you just go over to this update. A lot of times there'll be a little number on your App Store. It'll tell you that there's 2 or 3, 4 things that need to be updated, and it's one click and you can update everything. Really fast, real simple. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode on how to use the App Store. So you get going, you can start using the App Store yourself. But a little warning, be careful, because again, there are some pretty expensive programs in there, and you don't want to buy something that you don't want. It's not like you can try to return it and necessarily get credited for that. So always be careful. One thing that they did do on the App Store that I think is a great idea, if you buy something, they'll always ask you to put in your password before it makes you takes and buys it for you. So you got that one little stopgap that says, hey, are you sure you really want to buy this? Remember, your Apple ID is as good as cash on the App Store, so protect that password. I hope you enjoyed Learn Mac tonight, and I'll be back with another episode real soon.